Also, this pelican nearest to us, he's got a funky hairdo. I like him. So the hippo looks like came out to sunbathe. It might have been a little bit cool.
Right here.
Hippos technically aren't aquatic animals. Oh, remember to remain seated at all times, folks. They're technically not aquatic since even though they do spend most of the time in the water. However, they are related to dolphins, whales, and manatees. So the word hippopotamus means river horse because they kind of gallop along the bottom of the river instead of swimming. And they'll float up when they need a breath. Hippos will have their eyes, ears, and nose at the top of their head, so they can stay mostly submerged in water and still see, smell, hear, and breathe.
Oh my god.
So we'll keep our eyes open for any more of the hippos. Sometimes they'll fall asleep under the water. They can hold their breath for about 8 minutes. Luckily, their body will naturally float them up to the surface every 8 minutes to get a breath without waking them, just like how our body turns us in our sleep.
Why are they all doing that? Yeah. Oh.
Here's another hippo. Another couple of them.
Is that a manatee?
Group of hippos called
Those are hippos.
Yeah, that one's moving.
remember, everybody must remain seated. And then coming up on our left are the Nile crocodiles. These are the largest crocodiles in Africa. They get to around 500 pounds and about 16 feet long on average. They have the strongest bite force of any animal on the reserve. They can chomp through bone. They're very gentle as well. They'll scoop up their baby's eggs inside their mouth if there's any danger. And they'll even roll them around against their teeth with their tongue to help them hatch. Sometimes the babies will even catch a ride in their parents' mouth to go faster over large distances. So the crocodiles have a lot of muscles dedicated to biting down, but they don't have a lot of muscles dedicated to opening their mouth. So if there's a small amount of pressure applied to their mouths, they can't easily open them up. That's why you see sometimes people holding their mouths open with just their hands. I would not recommend that though. Don't try it out. Okay, the trees are clearing out a little bit. Which means we're probably going to be heading out into the savannah. See a giraffe. So the savannah is home to some of the more iconic animals we have here on the reserve, like zebras and giraffes, and elephants and lions.
Tigers and bears.
So there are a lot less trees and bushes out here. That means there are less places for the animals to hide. So they cannot rely on their camouflage to keep them safe as much as the animals we saw earlier in the forest.
That's a big tree.
Instead, these guys out here need to rely on their speed and agility, their big horns, or their ability to work well as a team, or some combination of the three. Let's make our way down here, get some good views of these animals. And then there's some small little antelopes over on our right. Those are called springboks. They kind of have like the white legs. The springbok are one of the top 10 fastest land animals. Those little legs carry them up to 50 to 60 miles an hour. And then we have some Hartsman mountain zebras over here. They have smaller hooves to help them climb the mountains in their natural habitats. And the stripes on their hips are a little bit thicker than the stripes on the rest of their body. The zebra species on your spotting guide is a different one, and it has a more uniform thickness. You might see some two little small baby zebras. They're about 8 months old now. They're getting bigger every day. It's hard to tell them now. And they'll stick pretty close to their mom. They can tell which one's their mom by looking at her unique striping pattern.
Thank God you
So
warned me.
eyes within an hour of their birth.
Family-friendly stuff is not
Richmond
happening.
mountain zebras' hearts are 3 times larger than other zebras to pump blood in the high altitudes they like to live in. And
Let's just say
giraffes'
it's a
hearts
private
are also
part.
very large. They can get up to 25 pounds and about 3 feet long. And they need to be big to pump blood against gravity. Up that long neck. I think this giraffe's just gonna lick the bark.
Yummy
They
bark.
have a long tongue that is very strong. They could like pick up a stick with their tongue.
Why is there mesh wiring?
And giraffes will spend up to 20 hours of their day eating. They only need about a 30-minute nap, and they need to eat a lot since they are so big. And they have to chew a long time because they are ruminants, just like cows.
What is that?
Oh, on the left there are some sable antelopes sitting down there. They have these curved-back horns that protect from predators coming up from behind.
Seen a couple
And they're one of the
dinosaurs.
only antelopes that, given the choice between fight or flight, will always choose fight, while most other antelopes will just run away. On our right, there's another species of antelope. This is an eland. They're one of the biggest. They get to around 6 feet tall. That's a male. He will get plants and flowers stuck in his horns to make a flower crown to try to impress the ladies. The lady is probably around here somewhere. Elands can actually leap from a standing position about 8 feet in the air. And when a giraffe runs, they can get up to about 35 miles an hour. With their long legs, kind of looks like they run in slow motion. Look at their tongue sticking out. They're blepping. Just their tongue is sticking out. That's so funny. So they have those little ossicones, the giraffes, which are the horns covered in fur, just like that male baby okapi will get once he grows up. Every giraffe have the horns. There's springboks a little bit closer. So they get their name because they will spring about 6 feet in the air and 13 feet forward when startled, basically at the same time, and they will skip through the savannah at high speeds to get away from any dangers.
Probably would taste good.
So giraffes, they prefer to just stand all day. It just takes a lot of energy to sit down and stand back up. So they'll stand even while sleeping and while giving birth, which means the first thing a baby giraffe experiences is gravity. They fall 6 feet to the ground and it jumpstarts their lungs, gets them ready to run. They can run within an hour of their life.
What do you mean, why can't we do
Some
that?
wildebeest over here. There's some at the top of the ridge on our right. They are crepuscular, which is a fancy word for meaning they're more active around sunrises and sunsets. So the ones that are up, they're probably a little bit hungry, but they'll probably head down for another nap before the sun sets later. Sometimes around sunset they get the zoomies. They'll run around like crazy as if they have their eyes closed. It's called a blind running, and it's a way for them to confuse predators, so it keeps them safe too, and it's also, you know, fun for them. That's why a group of wildebeest is called a confusion.
Yeah, wildebeest poo. Another big tree. They have these, but they do. I don't know what.
Coming up ahead, there's some African elephants.
Elephants!
These are 2 females.
I've never seen
You might see there's some
elephants
dirt
before.
and
That's
hay
a
on their
big
backs.
one.
They'll throw stuff up there to protect their skin from bug bites or from the sun.
Probably from both.
And on our left, it is
Looks like a pool.
there's a mandrill. Oh, he's walking away under that rock. That was a little awkward. Whoops. Every time I mention him, he just goes and hides. I think he knows I'm talking about him. It's the same monkey that Rafiki from The Lion King is. Rafiki actually means friend in Swahili. So this is a small matriarchal herd of elephants. We'll see if we can find any more up ahead. Usually the males will hang out by themselves or in an only male bachelor herd.
Bachelorette. Thing almost got hit.
They still running down the road, put up?
Apparently so.
There might be some more elephants in the area. You see some evidence of them on the right. There's some tusk marks in that clay. That's red clay. It's very salty. They love a salty snack. It's also rich in nutrients they don't get in just their plant diet. It's kind of like how we take vitamins to keep ourselves healthy. I do see a herd way over there. Looks like they're flapping their ears.
Way over here, yeah.
Where?
That's the rest of the matriarchal herd.
There.
So a single elephant can eat up to 300 pounds of food a day.
What is
So they
that?
need to roam a lot to find all the food and find the best places. So the leader of the herd will lead them to places she knows that are good because they have very good memories. And they will remember places.
Memories?
It's been decades since she has last been there. So the matriarch will take their family there. Also will teach their kids about it so that they can pass it on through the generations. There's some wildebeest taking a nap on the right there. They like to hang out in a big herd, and when they sleep, they'll all kind of face separate directions so they can get up and scatter in multiple different areas.
Uh-oh, one in the water.
Uh-oh.
Around the corner. Looks like one of the elephants is munching on a stick. They use sticks kind of like a way to, like a toothpick, or sometimes they do like to eat the bark as well. Their trunks, they use them for everything. They'll bring the water and the food.
Dang,
up
that's
there.
a big group of.
Our truck has about 40,000 muscles, which is more muscles than everyone in this truck has combined. Coming up, we got some greater flamingos. They're called greater because they are the tallest flamingo. When they stand up straight, they get to about 4 to 5 feet tall. Looks like it's nap time. They'll duck their heads and their feathers to block out the sun to get a little shut-eye. And just like we can be left or right-handed, flamingos can be left or right-footed. So sometimes they'll stand on just one leg, and that's their dominant leg.
Oh, dear duckies. No duckers.
A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. So those flamboyantly colored pink feathers actually have.
Looks like some of them have no dominant foot, they just like to lay
They turn
down.
that pink color after eating so much shrimp. Well, here's a couple of the elephants, and there's baby elephant. You can kind of see her down there. She's so tiny. She's 300 pounds. She's about 3 months old now. And her mom was also born here, so it's like a second generation animal kingdom baby. Mama was pregnant for 22 months before she was born. Oh, thank you. On the right there's a couple of ostriches. Those are females, they have gray feathers, while the males will have black. They can get to around like 6 to 9 feet tall. They're the biggest bird. They are flightless. They use their big wings to change direction while they're running. They can get up to about 40 miles an hour.
So yeah, about your average car. Or a very slow car, I mean. Are there any bush hogs here? a lot of bushes, but I don't see
They're a
any
bit
hogs.
harder to spot. Haha. On our left here, there's some cheetahs. Oh, there's a cheetah. See their tail kind of. Remember to remain seated at all times. Final warning.
Right there, a little hole.
Cheetahs can get up to 70 to 80 miles an hour. They can't maintain that speed for too long. It's about a couple hundred yards before they need to slow down. They're kind of like sprinters in that way. They also have kind of like neat built-in cleats. They have their claws out at all times. Most other cats will retract their claws back into their paws to keep things sharp. Cheetahs have them out to help them run fast. Looks like there are some rhinos over in the bushes there. Let's see if we can get a better view.
Oh, I see him. Here
So,
I saw him
white
too.
rhinos are very social. They like to hang out in a big herd. A herd of rhinos is called a crash. So they don't have the greatest eyesight, but they have a very good sense of smell, sense of hearing. So sometimes they'll smell you before they see you.
Especially.
On our left there's some warthogs. They are the largest burrowing animal in Africa. Those are younger females, so they have tusks, but they're not as pronounced as an older male. They use those tusks to dig the burrows here. Sometimes they do prefer to commandeer another animal's burrow. That's not using them anymore.
FBI, open up!
Around
I'm
the
a
corner
warlord!
there
Give me
are
your
some of
home!
those white rhinos. Looks like it's nap time for them as well. Rhinos are about 5,000 pounds. They're the larger of the two African rhinoceros species. They have a wide mouth to help them graze grass. And up on our right is a cluster of ostrich eggs. They'll usually all lay them together for safety.
Some big
They
eggs!
lay about 2 eggs a week on average.
Dang.
And they lay them together for safety, but they're very safe on their own. An adult human could stand on one and it wouldn't even crack the shell.
Dang.
One ostrich egg weighs as much as 24 chicken eggs. Looks like we are heading into the Bugatti Glen. Bugatti is Swahili for geyser, so we'll see some small geysers. And we'll see some small goats. Up on the hill there are some Nigerian dwarf goats. They're a little bit smaller than most goats. They're about 3 feet tall. And this is where the ward's post is. It's the ward's job to protect the animals and take care of those Nigerian dwarf goats.
Geyser.
They have a very good sense of balance, so they love to climb all over
Another
the ward
geyser.
stuff. And they play
4,
games
5.
like tag with one
5
another
geysers.
to bond. You see some of these fences are double lined. That's because they're little escape artists. They like to test for weak points in the fence, just like a velociraptor. If you like to pet any Nigerian dwarf goats,
So they're not
there's
as
some
ferocious
over
and
at
meat-eating
Rafiki's
as a
Whale Watch.
velociraptor.
They have goats, pigs, cows, donkeys, and sheep to pet over there. And right next door is the Conservation Center. Inside there they have some bug and reptile exhibits and the vet clinic and nutrition window. So if any animals are getting a checkup or a medical procedure done, you can see that happening. You never know what you'll find over at Rafiki's Planet Watch, kind of like a hidden gem of Animal Kingdom. The only way to get over there is by taking the train, the Wildlife Express, leaving from the Raleigh station. Take you like on a backstage tour of Animal Kingdom. You might see some friends from the reserve back there. If you'd like to see any other animals today, you can always ride the safari again. You might see a different animal next time, but you can also head over to the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. That one's over here in Africa, and they have a family of gorillas, an underwater viewing area of the hippos, and meerkats and zebras, a bird aviary, and a bug and reptile house.
Bye. Wait, no. Maybe there's more?
I doubt it.
It's about a 15 to 20 minute self-guided tour. There are guides along the way that can teach you all about the animals. And then there's one sister trail over in Asia. It's called the Maharaja Jungle Trek. They have Sumatran tigers, water buffaloes, Komodo dragons, and dragon fruit bats.
That's it, guys. Bye.